Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about what to do when the whole badass emotional triad isn't working. And sometimes it's not going to work. You're going to have to put in a little bit of extra effort. But if you keep putting in the effort, it will work. Like when I started, I can tell you that I didn't have the muscles in my back and my shoulders to pull myself up straight and to keep myself up straight. Like literally my shoulders had caved in on themselves, which is why I'm so excited about working out. Like it took a lot of effort and it took a lot of time to keep doing this. And like I had this friend who was staying with me um, when when I wasn't when I was at my worst, and she would be having this serious, intense, like, you gotta listen to me conversation with me. And I would sit there and listen to her, and I could physically feel my presence slipping away. Because as I got more and more tired, my shoulders would come up more and more, and I'd start propping myself up. And it was all I could do to stay in the room. And so I started practicing. How do I make my body stronger so that I'm completely 100% present with her? And so that I can totally be there, because that was where I wanted to be no matter what was happening. I just wanted to be present, and I wanted to be available. And I knew that in order for me to be present and available, I needed to change the way that I was physically holding myself. And it took a lot of work, and it took a lot of effort. It took a lot of weights, and it took a lot of extra food. Like I eat 3,500 calories a day. Not because I'm eating crappy food. I'm eating that much food because I eat healthy. I eat whole organic, like meats and vegetables. I don't eat a lot of processed foods. And when I do, it's a really special treat. And so, like it took a lot of food, and it took a lot of learning how to, move my body and hold myself upright in order to get into a really great, powerful, empowered place, and to be able to stay there, to be able to be present all the time, even when I wasn't comfortable. So today, I had a really great example of that. And I got to see what happens when my primary thing fails a little bit and I need to keep working at it. What do I do when I go back to my secondary thing? And so it sounds like when I'm saying secondary and primary, like I believe that everybody should be able to do this themselves. Like you don't need someone all the time to tell you how awesome you are. And sometimes you do. So that's what I mean by secondary. Like once you have an understanding of who you are and how you are, then you don't always need other people's approval. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not other people's approval that you're looking for. It's other people's assistance. Because sometimes you can't remember what you can't remember when you're in the middle of a brain fog. So this morning, that's what happened to me. I started out the day, meditated, did everything I was supposed to do, and for whatever reason, I started feeding into my fears. And my fears weren't about my health crisis or any of that. It was all about how I thought someone was perceiving me and how somebody would behave towards me if I just played ball all the way full out. And that's who I am. Like people want me in their lives today because I play ball all the time, full out. I don't know any other way. And if you don't like to play ball like that, you don't pick me for your team. So I'm in the middle of a freak out. I can't calm myself down. I'm playing music. I'm watching motivational videos. Nothing is getting any better. And so I picked up my phone And I actually called my friend Kathy. I didn't text her, because here's the thing about texting. Texting kills people. Like when you're in the place of your deepest, darkest moment, a text, there's no way it can convey that where you are. It just can't. But a phone call can. Or a face-to-face can. But I had this morning just my phone. So I picked up my phone and I called my friend Kathy and I said, Kathy, I'm freaking out. And she didn't say, are you freaking out about no, she said, what are you freaking out about? And then I told her and she's like, okay. And here's the best question she ever could have asked me. Do you want me to co-sign that? Or do you want me to tell you the truth and talk you out of that? And I was like, I want you to tell me that don't co-sign that. That's why I'm calling you. So she told me the truth about myself. And told me that everything was going to be okay. And that the reason I was even on the team to begin with was because I play full out. And so me playing full out is exactly what I need to do no matter how many horrible stories I'm making up. So when what you're doing isn't working because it takes time, like the biggest thing I'm learning about myself, and I know that it might sound as if I totally understand this, but I don't. Or it wouldn't have popped up like it did today. The biggest thing that I don't get about myself is that I'm awesome. And then it's okay to be awesome. It's okay to stand out. And that me standing out doesn't make it any less for somebody else. So you can see my pajamas in the back. And so me standing out doesn't make it any less for somebody else. It just gives somebody else this huge opportunity to stand up for themselves, and to be the best that they can be. And I am still wrapping my head around that. Which is why when I started this whole video every day project, I was like, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I want to become more beautiful and more light. And I think part of what I'm trying to say with that is that I want to know exactly who I am. And I want to be who I am. Because I don't know that yet, or I wouldn't have been making up all that crazy stuff today. So like the biggest tip of all is when the thing that you're working on learning, which may be emotional triads, or it may just be reminding yourself over and over and over, like, I'm awesome, you're awesome, we're awesome, everything's cool, like whatever your affirmation is, the phone, and having people who are on your phone, who can call you out, who can pull you out of the quicksand when you're in it. That there's nothing more valuable than that. Is having a network. And making sure that when somebody calls you, you pick up the phone. Because you don't know whose life you're going to save. Like she totally saved my life today because I would have completely sabotaged myself if it wasn't for the fact that she picked up the phone and she convinced me out of my craziness. So that's it for today. It's all good and it's all God, or it's not over. Have a great day, guys.